Just got off the phone with the DP for my next job, but I'm racing back to San Antonio to get home in time to work on that project. I'm filling in for someone, but it's a DP I know. I don't think we've ever worked together, but we've crossed paths at different pro sports events over the years. So I just pulled into the Planet Fitness parking lot. Woke up this morning in Yuma, Arizona, and went over to the Planet Fitness in Yuma, took a shower, got back on the road. I got up at 5:30, was on the road by 6:30, maybe 6:15, and totally, the moment I got back in the truck, I regretted not working out. So I'm in El Paso now, East El Paso. Just drove on the toll road along the international border between Mexico and the U.S., Ciudad Juarez. It's kind of crazy that toll road is essentially on top of the border. It's like right under the freeway for sections. And I've been on both sides of that now. It was exactly a year ago. I was covering the border here in El Paso, and we also went into Juarez, shot coverage on both sides of the border. Well, I had to circle this parking lot twice to find a parking space. It's I think it's like 6 p.m. Van Horn, Texas. I'm parked for the night at a truck stop. It was a little chilly last night in Yuma. It was just above freezing. I had the heat on the lowest setting, and it was like, I would say mid to high 60s back here, American. And this is the most jam-packed this truck has ever been on a road trip. I've got my Los Angeles kit in the back. So it's 4 camera packages on board, plus that additional light kit, audio kit, and this is a Sockler 20 tripod. So my side aisle to the side door is blocked. I had to bring the prime lens case to the tool chest. Normally rides in back. It's actually stayed in place. The Robo Cup up here actually works as a good little containment to keep it from falling. Same for my computer bag, DIT kit. Took a shower at the gym in El Paso. Felt great after working out. This is my sailing mug, marine mug. Works great in the van too. It's got this foam bottom and wide base so it won't tip over, and I just leave it right here and it doesn't fall off the countertop. And yeah, I gotta do a little housekeeping when I get home. Been making protein smoothies, and so spilled the powder all over the sink there. Just washed this in the truck stop. When I get home and have some downtime next week, maybe, I got to get my LED puck lighting installed in this headliner, and then I'm going to carpet the headliner. Finally get this done. Took 3 years to get the lighting installed. Well, we'll see. Maybe only 3 years. Back in my driveway. Been home for 2 hours. Got to chill for a little bit, but now I am prepping for 2-day production that starts at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. I just found out they want me to park my van downtown at a hotel that only has garage parking, and my van doesn't fit in the garage. I'm going to carpool in the rental vehicle with the rest of the team. It's 2 cameras, producer, DP. I'm playing sound on this one. I'm covering for my sound guy, Gino, who's back in LA working. So I'm peeling stuff out of the van, which actually might end up being a time saver because now I don't have to unload the van to make it functional from my California trip. I'll tackle that this weekend. So I've got 1 tripod, so DP doesn't have to fly out with sticks, reduce his workload of checked bags a bit. So I've got my audio mixer, support bag, that's batteries, hypercardioid shotgun, boom pole, wired lavs, electros with Sankins. This is part of my LA audio kit. I'm so happy I'm repurposing it same week. I'm going to use those Sony UTX transmitter receivers as hops from the mixer to the 2 cameras with a bunch of rechargeables. And then this is my LA interview light kit. I thinned it down to just 2 newer panels and some stands. I may have to just set up some really quick and dirty interview lighting. And again, that's just so our DP can travel with 1 less bag. And then I'm going to bring my small rock and roller to wheel all this stuff around and potentially mix off of when we're stationary. All right, like I said, I got about 30 minutes till I want to hit a class at the gym. So I'm going to set this kit up on my welding table and just make sure I have all the cables and components. Got 2 lavs running, and I'm booming, covering B-roll in the mess hall of military base. Fort Sam Houston, San Antonio, Texas. That's Dan on camera. He's DP based in LA. Dan Lowry, great guy, shoots a lot of pro football. I believe that's his main gig. Actually crossed paths with Dan a few times over the years. I think we first met on a LPGA media tour, Torrey Pines, San Diego, California. I was shooting or work. Yeah, that was, I don't know. I think I was just a cam op, shooting promos for Golf Channel, and he was working for, I think, Fox, kind of shooting the same stuff. Basically get time and access with all the athletes in hotel ballrooms, and we have different setups. You know, different networks are doing different creative. For the wireless hop to the two cameras, Dan brought out the new version of the UTX transmitters. I have the old analog ones. These are the digital hybrids, and they have a hot shoe, so it's cableless connection to the FX9 and the A7. I think this was a S4. I'm not up to speed on all my Sony mirrorless, although I'm learning now that I'm seeing it more and more out in the field. So I had a locket box on the FX9, but no timecode reference on the mirrorless. And then when we were in B-roll mode and just getting sound bites, I wasn't able to confidence monitor on the cameras, but I was doing a dual record. However, the intention all of this content we're shooting is it goes into the live broadcast the following day. So they're not using the double system. I mean, I ran it just in case, but I think the reality is, I know from experience that if it didn't record in camera, it's just not going to get used. They don't have time to go back and sync and find dual record. So this worked pretty well. He just jumped between handheld on the FX9 and or sticks, and the gimbal, although I'd say 50% of the gimbal work was high speed. So this is kind of like a media community outreach thing with these pro athletes. They're engaging with the military on day one, and then day two was more with kids and other charities, nonprofits in town. And then all the content we're capturing turned into a 30-second package that runs at some point during the telecast. New guy in a new role. It's nice being on these shoots with a fresh perspective. As the day progressed, I got my bag a little better organized. So at one point, I had to use my analog UTX Sony kit with the block transmitter patched into the PA system to get PA sound, which I recorded and fed while hopped to camera, in addition to two lav mics, and I was booming at points, live mixing it all on the fly. Although I'll say the stress level is pretty low because we know the whole time we're just looking for little bites. There isn't this need to document anything continuously. All right, chasing talent to the next location. I don't have an address, so I can't lose the sprinter. So yeah, this is just me running on short sleep. The producer actually was very buttoned down on this assignment, and she sent out a call sheet with all the scheduling and addresses and directions and contact info multiple days in advance, but I was like 2 projects prior, and I completely deleted that from my short-term memory by the time I got to this one. So running around on my little rock and roller, transporting sticks, interview light kit. I got one large baby stand there to hold my boom pole for the interviews, and the smaller black bag was my support audio items, and I think I have the mixer bag strapped just around my shoulder. Most important moment of the day for me, do not screw up the interview. So for these, when we sat down, I was able to patch my headphones into camera to hear the return. Continue to do this over these Sony transmitters, and man, they sound really good compared to the old analog ones. As the guy behind the camera, so many of these assignments, it's like I've been there, done that. So I'm really enjoying being a point of contact in a smaller market here in South Texas, where I can jump on and fill a different role and also get some support kit on to help whomever's traveling in make their day a little easier. You know, like in this case, the light kit and the sticks. As I sit here narrating, this week I've got another assignment like this coming up this week, where I'm going to provide the lighting package, the grip package, probably sticks again because the DP is flying in, and I'm going to fill the gaffer role for a one-day assignment here in San Antonio.